I have the privilege of introducing our keynote speaker today. He served in the United States Army 51 years ago. More recently, he served in the state California National Guard. He was in artillery support. I am privileged to bring to the microphone Russ Dohrmann, our commander of American Legion Post 133. Russ, please.
Thank you all for being here today. We're here to celebrate you, the veterans, but thank you to the community for coming out. Thank you to our dignitaries, and I'm honored to be your guest speaker today to talk about something near and dear to all of us, our veterans. Veterans Day observances like ours today honor all who have served in the U.S. military throughout the history of our country. The vast majority of Americans respect our veterans for the sacrifices that they have made, and many find a way to show that respect, especially during patriotic gatherings like this one. Our active duty military defends us 365 days a year, and they and their predecessors have gone into harm's way, putting the needs of others before themselves time and again, from the American Revolution to the current global war on terrorism. For many veterans, our nation was important enough to endure long separations from their families, miss the births of their children and their major life events, freeze in sub-zero temperatures, bake in jungles heat, lose limbs, and sadly for some, lose their health, and for many thousands, lose their lives. You may have heard this phrase: service members agree to potentially give up all of their tomorrows so that those at home can safely enjoy their todays. This is in fact what each and every one of those who have worn, who currently wear the uniform, have agreed to. When you have a moment, give the weight of that agreement a little thought. But the impact of this agreement has a much larger impact, because when the uniform members deploy or lose their health or their life, it also impacts their families and friends who, in the worst case, will have to live without the embrace and support of their loved ones for the rest of their lives. Often the youthful innocence of their children will be challenged by the dramatic change that affects the balance, security, and comfort of their family routine. The hearts of these families will feel the sharp sting, their loss, leaving them with only memories of their loving mom or dad, as they once were. This is true for Gold Star families whose loved one was killed while serving, but it's also true for those who have loved ones who are physically or psychologically maimed by the horror of war. However, there are also the fortunate majority who serve their country, develop and mature during their service, and eventually return to their communities stronger than when they left and continue to serve by contributing their energy and skills to society overall. In fact, I'll bet there are many of you in the audience today. But even their families are impacted during their service. For those that are married, their spouses have had to endure career interruptions, frequent changes of address, and a disproportionate share of parental responsibilities. Their children are moved from school to school, lose and rebuild their social circles, and more. For everyone, friends and other family members are on one hand proud of their service member, but also concerned that their loved one may one day come home covered by a flag instead of saluting one. Although our debt to these individuals can never be fully repaid, We should never forget how much the members of our military have given and continue to give. A few ways that you can show your support for these special men and women are by hiring a veteran, visiting a VA hospital, or possibly by donating to a veterans program. But an easy and much appreciated method is to simply look for an opportunity to say hello and thanks to the less than 10% of our population who have earned the right to be called a veteran of the United States military. Thank you for caring enough to join us. Thank you. Thank you.